Okay, welcome here today to Travel Her Way. Let's talk Sri Lanka. Now, I am super excited to be talking today to Shermith from Ceylon Insider Travels, who is our on-the-ground partner in Sri Lanka. And today we're going to talk about Sri Lanka as a destination, why it's so great for female travellers, and also talk about the very exciting itinerary that we have planned for our trip coming up. So I am going to switch over to a PowerPoint presentation that I have prepared so that you can see some visuals and also get a bit of an idea of what is going on for our trip. So let me just go back to the beginning here. So Shermith, I might actually hand over to you to just allow you an opportunity to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about who you are and what you do, and then we'll get into talking about Sri Lanka as a destination.
Thank you, Erin, and we are very excited to partner with you to host this group tour. And so first to introduce myself, I'm the Managing Director of Ceylon Insider Travels, and our company is a luxury travel company which have been operating for more than 10 years now. And we have many sort of clients all the way from every part of the world, actually. And Australia has now been, for the past 2 years, one of our biggest markets. And when it comes to our company, we handle tours all the way from solo travelers to families and groups as well. So with that in mind, let's dive into the details of Sri Lanka as well, and then the group tour.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, thank you. And thank you so much for taking the time out to be here. It's always really nice to hear from people on the ground who are living and breathing the destination that we are talking about. And yeah, I know that you've got a lot of exciting things to share about the upcoming trip. Okay, so I guess first and foremost, we want to start to talk about why Sri Lanka. I mean, there's so many amazing places in the world and, so many amazing things to see around the place. The thing for me that stands out most about Sri Lanka as a place to visit and explore further is, and from my perspective in running group trips, is that I really feel like there's something there for everybody. There's food, there's culture, there's beaches, there's mountains, there's incredible landscapes, there's hiking, there's waterfalls, I don't know, there's animals, like what else, there's a bit of everything. There's city, there's, that wild natural environment. And I think that for people who want to dabble in a bit of everything, I think Sri Lanka actually has an incredible amount to offer for travellers. And I think it's a little bit, it's lots of people travel there. I was going to say it's a little bit off the beaten track. It kind of is, but it's certainly growing. And I think that the more we hear these days, and I think it was actually listed as one of the top countries to visit this year. Does that sound right? Yeah.
Yes.
And that doesn't surprise me because more and more and more people are going to Sri Lanka and talking about it. And so I'm very excited to be hosting this trip with you. Do you want to add something there?
Yes, of course. You actually pretty much nailed everything. So when it comes to the geography and everything, Sri Lanka has actually been one of the main countries for Australian travelers as well, apart from Bali. But now I'm on a tour as well with a VIP client, and what she's also saying is Bali is a bit crowded, and Sri Lanka is much more quieter and clean and safe as well. So like you said, Erin, we have anything for everyone, from family tours, like the kids who want to come here and play in the sandy beaches and swim in the ocean, from that to students and professors who wants to study about the architecture and the history, culture, and everything, and also the wildlife enthusiast who wants to come and like experience the safaris and like bird watching likewise. So like you
Yeah.
said, Erin, like we have literally everything, and within a 2 week time of a itinerary, within 14 days you can pretty much experience everything as well. So from the coastal to the cultural sites, and then coming down to the safaris, and then enjoying the beach stay at the end of the holiday, which is also uh, what we have done with the itinerary as well, for the
Mm.
women on the group tour. So I think like that itinerary is also very perfect, and will give everyone a general good idea of the country and also a great experience. I think like it's one of the best itineraries, which covers all the essential parts of the island, and while giving you the freedom to leisurely enjoy. It's not fully packed, but at the same time, it will let you enjoy every destination each day at a relaxed pace, and also take everything in what Sri Lanka has to offer.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's exciting. I can't wait to get into hearing more about the specifics of the itinerary. But one of the things that I would love you to touch on, Shermith, is about Sri Lanka as a destination for women. I
Yes.
think there's lots of talk in the world these days about, or concern about, women's safety, and that's all very real and very reasonable. And I think that some people probably have, question marks about traveling independently or solo. And I think obviously that's why a group trip is really attractive to women who potentially are traveling solo but can be part of a group. But even within that, traveling as a group of females, how does Sri Lanka go with, like, are we going to feel safe? Is there anything that you would say about why Sri Lanka is a good destination for women?
Yes, of course. So as a country, as a company, let's talk about our the company first. So our guides and everyone we have working with us are very well trained, and also prioritize the safety of our clients. It doesn't matter whether it's women or men or children. We prioritize the experience that our clients are getting, and also the safety of our clients, because a holiday, at the end of the day, it should be a holiday, right? Like you shouldn't have any bad experiences. So that's what we're focusing on mainly. And when it comes to the country wise for female travelers, actually recently we by Lonely Planet and also all the other major travel platforms, Sri Lanka was declared as a family-friendly destination. But last year, it was also declared as a very safe country to travel for solo women travelers. And we have plenty of solo women traveling here in Sri Lanka from all around the world, actually. And it's very safe, no matter which part of the country you're traveling to, either it could be the center of the country, to the hillside, or the beach side as well. Uh, People feel almost all the women who are traveling by themselves, they meet other solo women travelers
Yeah.
as well when they're in that
Yeah.
destination. So and what they share, and the experience they have are absolutely amazing, because our legal entities are also very focused on, because tourism industry itself is one of the third biggest in revenue generator for the country. So our government also focus on lot on the safety of all the travelers who are arriving in Sri Lanka, and especially
Yeah.
women. So when it comes to each destination also, it is very safe. And also, I think you must have heard, like, our country and our people are very friendly, and
Yeah.
always willing to help, and always has a smile on their face. So very, very friendly people. So and when it comes to that, a lot of solo women travelers are coming to Sri Lanka as groups as well, and we have groups that we are working with other agents from Scandinavian market and Europe as well, whom
Mhm.
are operating group tours, so women on the group tours to Sri Lanka with us, and
Yeah.
like you're going to do as well. And it is it is a absolutely safe country to travel.
Yeah.
People don't get harassed no matter what gender they are. Like they don't get
Yeah.
harassed, they don't get discriminated, nothing at all. So from each country, from no matter what the ethnicity is, the gender, whatever it is, everyone is safe to travel and enjoy their holiday in Sri Lanka, in every part of the country.
Yeah. So one of the questions that I did have somebody send in was around the dress code for women. Is there, like, culturally, like, I know, in some parts of Asia you do need to cover up different parts of your body. Is that something that needs to be considered for any women traveling to Sri Lanka?
There are some. So, for an example, when you visit a Buddhist temple or a church or some cultural sites, you of course have to wear. We don't. It's culturally appropriate to wear something that is covering your shoulders and also
Mhm.
your legs. So apart
Yep.
from that, all the other places in the country, when you're at the beach or in the mountainside or whatever, you can of course wear shorts, whatever you're comfortable with. The
Yeah.
only restriction might have is when you go to a church or a temple, because
Yeah.
that's basically paying respect to
Yes.
the the establishment. Yes.
Yep.
Apart
Yep.
from that, all the other places are completely fine.
Yeah, and along with that question was, would I provide a packing list? And obviously, I would be very happy to do that.
Yes.
But that's really good to know.
Actually,
And
so we will provide a packing list, and
oh,
so that it will
okay.
be easy. We actually do provide for all the holidays a packing list. So we will give one to
Oh,
you as well,
perfect.
share one to you. So you can. It has all the from basically from what shoes you should wear to what clothes you should wear,
Yep.
and also the plugs what you have to bring, and
Yes, all the
everything
adapters.
is there. Yes, yes.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Okay, well, let's get into the talking about the itinerary, because I feel like if we sort of talk through the itinerary, you will also be sharing a lot about the country, and we'll get a good idea of what's going on. So I guess just to start with, from my perspective, the itinerary will be a 14-day trip, and we'll have between 6 and 12 participants, so women coming along with us. And we've got a great selection of different locations. And as I said before, real variation in what we'll see throughout the country. So, Shermith, I am going to hand over to you to talk about the itinerary. Where do you want me to get started? Do you want to talk about this
Mm,
as an overview, or will we just get into it?
yeah. So we'll start from here, and then we'll move to from day one to
Sure.
the rest of the days.
Yep.
So in this one, what we have done over here in this itinerary is our main focus was to uh, create a unique itinerary, but also at the same time covering all the major destinations in the country, which a first time visitor should always see. you know. So starting off from Negombo, why we have an overnight stay in Negombo is because most of the flights from Australia lands in late evening or after 6 p.m. in Sri Lankan time. So there are three actually flights who a lot of Australians are taking, Sri Lankan Airlines and then Singapore Airlines. And now from August 24th onwards, Jetstar is also
Jetstar, yeah.
operating flights, direct flights as well. So all of them are landing in the evening. So that's why we have a one night stay in Negombo. and that will give you much more space to check in and then relax and not straight up travel to one destination. And Nigambo is 20 minutes away from the international airport, so it is also a shorter drive. So after that, we will be going to the cultural triangle, which is Sigiriya, and then off to Kandy. And then from Kandy onwards, you'll be climbing uphill towards Nuwara, and then taking the train ride from Nuwara to Yala, which is the famous one. And as you can see in Erin's background, it's pretty much amazing. And from Yala to going to Yala, which is one of our biggest national parks in Sri Lanka, and you can do. We have organized a safari over there, and then off to Mirissa for the beach stay. So that is the overall highlight of the itinerary. And we'll go to the slide.
Okay, perfect. I just thought I would touch on this. I've just got a little bit of information there so people can see a little bit about getting to Sri Lanka, and I guess just a little bit about the time difference. So it's not a massive time difference, which is very helpful for those of us traveling from Australia for a short trip. So 3.5 hours behind Australian Eastern Standard Time. You can obviously fly via a number of different countries, different ports, but you can also fly direct, which is really great. I have said that arriving a day early is a good idea. If you want to do that, I can certainly recommend somewhere to stay. But with the night in Negombo, it's not necessarily something you need to do. It just really depends on how people feel when they first arrive. I always like to arrive somewhere a day early so I can just sort of get over any jet lag and just relax into it rather than being a bit panicked about whether the flight's going to arrive on time or whether something will go wrong. So some people like to do that. So if that's something they'd like to do, then I think that we'd probably just add an extra night in Negombo for those people. So anyway, let's jump in.
All right. So on the first day, as I told you earlier, the first night will be in Negombo, and Erin, you made a good point over there. Having another separate night, if someone wants, is also actually good as well, so that they can come and relax and get used to the climate as well. Because everyone, when you land in Sri Lanka, as soon as they exit the airport, what they say is it's the humidity level is much more higher. And it's a good feeling actually, and it gives you the feeling that you're in another country and ready for a
I was going to say, it feels like it just gives you that feeling of like instant holiday. I'm doing something different.
Yes.
Yeah, but then there is a little bit of adjustment.
Yes, as soon as those doors open at the airport, like when you go outside of the airport, the terminal, everyone has that expression, and it's a magical feeling actually.
Yeah.
And how the density of the air of Sri Lanka, it's much more higher as well, and it's nice. It's a nice feeling. So arriving in Sri Lanka on the first night will be in Negombo, and then on the second day you'll be traveling to the north center of the country, and in there, you will be spending 2 days in Sigiriya. So on the first day, when you're traveling from Negombo to Sigiriya, you will be doing. We don't have much. We haven't arranged many activities on that day because it's just right after you came to Sri Lanka, right? So it's just a drive from Negombo to Sigiriya, and on the way, you will be doing Dambulla Cave Temple, which is also one of our best preserved cave complexes in Sri Lanka. And it dates back to the actually first, second centuries as well. So it's very old, and it has 5 caves as well. And you can see a lot of statues and also paintings as well, which is a nice experience to kickstart the holiday, And after that, you will be checking in at the hotel and then enjoying a relaxed stay after a 3-hour drive, basically. And on the third day, we'll be in Sigiriya, and in the morning you will be climbing the legendary Sigiriya rock, which would take approximately 40 to 1 hour one way,
Mhm.
depending on your level of climbing
fitness
as
and
well. Yes. It's just when I say climbing, it's just climbing stairs, not like
Yeah.
rock climbing and all. It's just you just have like climb stairs, and that's it. And once you come down uh, for the noon, we have another really good experience, which is the Hiruvaduna village experience, and it's basically showing you the way of life uh, of the back in the day in Sri Lanka. So you will be taken to a lake in a bullock cart. So you will be
Mhm.
riding a bullock cart and then going to the lake for a catamaran boat ride. And then afterwards, you will be from that boat ride, you will be taken to a village where you will learn how to cook a Sri Lankan meal. And then the
Wow.
best part is you get to experience a Sri Lankan meal as well. So the ones you
Lovely.
cook, yes.
Yeah.
And
Sounds amazing.
after that, you will be coming back to the hotel, and that evening will be free. So during that evening, our guide and there's another mountain called Pidurangala, so can do that as well. But that's extra. So we have
Yeah.
that day's evening for leisure.
Yeah. Great.
So after Sigiriya on day 4, you will be traveling from Sigiriya to Kandy, which is the center of the country, island. And on the way, you will be doing one of another interesting activity, which is a batik workshop. So you will learn how to do the paintings on the clothes as well, and
Mhm.
that will be an iconic experience. And afterwards, when you reach to Kandy, you will be visiting the our last capital kingdom, the Kandy Temple, and
Yeah.
then afterwards the Kandy cultural event, which is like the dancers will be showing our iconic dancing. So yeah, and after that, on the day 5, you will also be in Kandy, and on the day 5, you will be doing one of our most recent activities that one organization formed, which is the Pico Trail. So Pico Trail has 22 stages, which is 300 and almost 320 kilometers long. So you will be experiencing the first stage, which will be going from starting from one of the oldest tea factories in Kandy and to Galaha. And that route will be it's a moderate trail that you will be
Mhm.
doing, and it's much more interesting. It's not very hard. It's just like going through tea plantations and tea villages as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So after that, you will be coming back to the hotel and spending the time at leisure.
So just in
Candy,
regards, sorry,
yeah.
I'm just going to interrupt. In regards to that trail walk, do you recommend walking poles, or is it something that you think we would need walking poles, or is it really just dependent on individuals?
It actually basically depends on each individual's fitness level. It does not actually need any walking sticks. It's just
Yeah.
going on a little bit of incline and declining
Yeah.
trail. It's not much
Okay.
hard. Yes. It's basically in between, like easy to moderate, I
Yeah.
would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
So after that, come back to the hotel and spend the evening at leisure. And on day 6, which will be the drive from Kandy to Nuwara, which is our one of our best cities as locals as well. Like we go on our holidays, school holidays. We used to go to Nuwara as well because it has a called the climate, and also
Okay.
like you have over here, we call it Little England as well because of the architecture. And you can see, like when you're traveling from Kandy to Norelia, it's a different experience because you will be wavering through like curvy roads and also a lot of tea plantation and tea factories as well. And finally,
Mm.
when you reach uh, Norelia, you will see it's like you just moved to England, kind of,
Hmm. Oh,
because
wow.
the roofs and the architecture and
Yeah.
everything will be like that. So that's why we call it Little England. And
Yeah.
on the way from Kandy to Nuwara, there's another beautiful waterfall called Rambada Falls. You will be visiting Rambada Waterfalls as well. So once you reach the hotel, explore the area and stay at leisure.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so good. Like I just
Yes.
every day
I'm
is,
just painting the picture.
yeah, I know. And I've got this visual of what everything's going to be like. And, for like I'm listening to this thinking hiking, waterfalls, food, dancing, like all these things are just, it's amazing. It's like a
And
dream.
yes, yes. Uh, Sri Lanka is a dream country, and actually, it has everything. So on day 7, you will be staying in Nuwara as well, and in the morning you will be doing one of the most famous nature trails, which is the Horton Plains National Park Nature Trail. And it's a bit of a long one, 9 kilometers long, and
Mhm.
it has different terrains. So I would, of course, recommend if you would need hiking stick, I would recommend to bring as well.
Mhm.
So because of the different terrains it has, and it also has two iconic spots: the mini Wellsen and the Wellsen. Why we call it? It's because it's a sheer drop,
Okay.
and you can see the next city from the cliff as well. So that one would take approximately uh, 2 hours to complete,
Mhm.
which is based on, of course, the pace that you're going.
Yes. You okay?
Yes, I'm getting a call. Sorry. So after that, in the morning, we can have either the breakfast as takeaway from the hotel, or
Yeah.
we can come back to the hotel and have breakfast. And afterwards, you have a tea factory experience in the evening. The noon will be spent at leisure because of the early morning wake up call to go
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
nature trail, and after that, going on a 9 kilometers trail. And after that, we'll be coming back and spending time at leisure at the hotel. And
Mhm.
afterwards, in the evening, we will be doing a hands-on tea factory experience, because Sri Lanka is
Yeah.
the
You
tea
can't,
country,
can you?
right?
You can't come to Sri Lanka and not do it.
Okay, not exactly.
Yeah.
So you will be during this experience, you will learn from like going to a tea plantation and like picking the tea leaves by yourself, and then bring them to a tea factory, and learning how the process takes from the tree to the cup that you are drinking.
Mm.
So
Amazing.
that will be learning you. You will be learning that during that tea factory experience, and after that, on the day 8, which is one of the iconic must not miss
Mm.
experience in Sri Lanka when you're in Sri Lanka, which is the train ride, right? So you will be boarding the train from Nanoe railway station, which is the railway station of Nuwara, and then you will be taking the train from there to Alla, and afterwards, your vehicle will be there at the Alla station to take you from Alla to Yala. And
Mhm.
during the train ride, you will come across so many beautiful sceneries, mountain views, and villages, tunnels, and
Yeah.
it's really breathtaking. Like so, this day would be much more enjoyable because it's a different experience. You've been
Yeah.
traveling on the vehicle for so long, and now you're taking a train. So, which is
Yeah. I love
another good
train
experience.
travel.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
another great experience as well. So, upon reaching, after reaching Alla, you will be taking the ground transport from Alla to Yala. And also on the way, you will be coming across another waterfall called Ravana Waterfall. So
Mhm.
it's by the road, and it's a famous legendary story that combine that waterfall and King Ravana from India. So
Okay.
the guide will be explaining about that as well when you visit that waterfall. So
Yep.
reaching Yala, you will be spending the evening at leisure. And on the day 9, which is one of another activity, great activity, the safari.
Yep.
So many great activities. So in the morning, there will be a jeep safari at Yala National Park, one of our second biggest national park in Sri Lanka. And after that, like during the safari, you can of course see many elephants and also, luckily, the elusive leopard, sloth bear,
Fingers crossed.
and so many. Exactly, and many more animals as well. So
Yeah.
afterwards, we come back to the hotel and spend time at leisure. Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. My kids will be very envious if I see
Yes.
a leopard.
Yes.
Without them, I might not be able to tell them.
So on day 10, after day 10, you will be beginning the relaxation part of the holiday. So you have been having many great experiences throughout the past 9 days, and from cultural sites to climbing the Sigiriya rock and exploring temples, and then hiking, and then the train ride and the safaris. And now it's for the other part of the holiday, which is coming to a golden sandy beach and just letting
That's
yourself
amazing.
relax. Yes.
Yeah.
And so from day 10 to 12, it's the beach stay, and you will be leisurely relaxing by the beach. And Mirissa is also one of the good beach destinations in Sri Lanka. And during the time of this tour, it is much more nice as well. It's the sea is very calm, and you can swim in the sea as well. So on day 12, there will be a excursion to go Dutch Fort and then back as well.
Yeah. Fantastic. In relation to the accommodation, I know we've talked about it, but given you're organising the accommodation, I thought it might be worth mentioning too that there's a swimming pool at each of the hotels. Is that
Almost,
correct?
yes,
Almost
almost
all of
all the
them.
hotels,
Yep.
almost all of them, except for the Nuareli one.
Yep. Okay. So
Unless if someone wants to dip in a cold pool.
yeah. Yeah. So if people aren't keen on the beach, at least they can look at the beach but enjoy a swimming pool
Yes.
as opposed to
Yes.
swimming in the beach. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
So on day 13th, you will be traveling from Mirissa to the commercial capital, which is Colombo. And upon reaching Colombo, you will be experiencing a city tour in a tuk, which is one of another good experience to have. Rather than going in the vehicle around Colombo, you will be doing a city tour in a tuk-tuk. So,
Yep.
and you will be exploring the Peta markets and the Golf Green. And afterwards, in the evening, there will be a farewell dinner. And also, at the beginning of the holiday as well, on the first day when you arrive in Negombo, there will be a welcome dinner, which the guide will be briefing you about about the itinerary and how things would travel and all. So that would be that. And also on day 13, there will be a farewell dinner as well at a restaurant
Yep.
in Colombo.
Yep.
And on day 14, sadly, you will have to say goodbye to this amazing island, and also the amazing experience that you have had throughout this past 13 days, and just go back home safe with great memories and great experiences, and
Yeah.
making new friends as well, because
Yep.
it's each individual coming together on a group trip, and
Yeah.
all women, like-minded ones,
Yep.
and sharing great experiences, great stories, and learning about the culture, learning about the country, having a great time with your friends, newly met friends, and going back with, as a different person.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I won't go into this because this is all about group travel, and I think people who are watching this probably understand why, or I guess understand the benefits of group travel. I think one of one of the main things I think that people get out of group travel is, or one of the biggest things I find, and in my experience, I have these conversations with people all the time, and they go, yes, I want to go to Sri Lanka. And then they go to Sri Lanka, but they go on a group trip and they have, then it becomes about the experience with all the people, not so much about the destination. So, there's so much to be gained from group travel that I think that until you've actually experienced it, it's hard to sort of understand and appreciate. But, those moments where you do get to see something for the first time and, you get to share it with somebody, and then you become friends with people who you haven't met before. And I think that support that you provide each other throughout the journey, along the walks, those wow moments, make group travel really exciting and a bit unique, I think, too. It's also, one of those things about, I think when you get a bit older, you want to step outside your comfort zone a little bit and try different things. And it's incredible the connections that you make, not just with the destination, but with the people as well, and vice versa. Okay, I'm going to come back to this slide. I want to go to the questions because it sort of touches on some of the things that you were talking about. And I've had a couple of questions sent through to me. One was about the food. Can you please talk about, you talk about the welcome dinner and the farewell dinner, and we're doing this, cooking session. But can you tell everybody a little bit about the food that they could expect to eat, and maybe also touch on the spiciness?
Yes, definitely. So all the hotels and all the restaurants that you will be going to are tourist-friendly restaurants, which don't add many spices as much we eat. So the curries or anything that you would eat won't be as spicy unless you ask us. And also, during when you're booking the holiday, you should also send us your dietary preferences if you are allergic to, dairy products or something like that. You should definitely inform us so that we can have that on the record to with the hotels as well. We can share that information with the hotels so they are aware of what you can eat or not eat. All right.
Yeah.
So
that was actually, sorry, I'm just going to stick with that for a minute because that was another question I had, was how well can a vegetarian be catered for? And I responded with perfectly fine, but I thought I better just check with you first.
Yeah. So as a personal experience, I would say at my home, when we prepare, we almost all the time eat rice and curry, right? So in our dish, in our plate, we have only one meat, and then all the other dishes are vegetables. So, like you said, so it's very much.
It's very common.
Yes, and also for vegetarian who are vegetarians, there's a wide range as well. And I must tell you that rice and curries and all the other vegetable dishes are amazing. Yes.
Fantastic.
So yes, a lot of people who are coming on holidays, they say when they go back, they have to go on a diet because they have had so much of food because it's that tasty and that good. Yeah. So
that's been my experience. I've been to India 3 times, and every time I've come home having put on weight. And lots of people travel to India and think that you get sick and you lose a lot of weight. But the food is so damn good that I just overate. It's amazing.
Yes. So that is the thing. And when it comes to the other places as well, you have a wide variety of food as well when it comes to the local food and also Western food as well. The only thing that we would say not to do, we do that every time during the holiday when we do the briefing to our clients. When you go to the middle of the country, might not be a ideal thing to eat seafood because there's any ocean in the middle of the country. So when you're at the coastal, of course, go all in, eat seafood.
Amazing.
And yes, and also the other part is the tap water is good, but ourselves as locals, we are used to the tap water, but the water bottles that we are giving you, you should use the water bottles.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yep.
that
I was going to
yeah
ask that.
and also then when it comes to the street vendors, we would recommend to be a bit cautious. Our national guide will be there with you guys all the time,
Mm,
and any questions or whatever you have in mind, you can ask from the national guide as well. So he
yeah,
will direct you whether to eat from this vendor or not, because
yeah.
the hygienic level and also how your stomach reacts to the
Mm,
local food will be different. So since it's not used to
yeah,
that sort of food could be an issue. So that's why. So apart from that, all the other everything are safe to eat, and any everyone has plenty of options.
yeah. Great. Fantastic. One of the other questions I had was about whether we would have a local guide with me. So I would be hosting, we would have a local guide, and we'd have a driver, private vehicle, apart from obviously the train. Is that correct, or is there anything that you want to add about that?
Yes. So there will be a local guide, and that is mandatory by the government itself as well. So you can't just come and host a group tour without a local guide. So we will be giving our own guide, national guide, to go with you, and he's an expert in everything Sri Lanka, right?
Yep.
So they and because of him also, you can have a really great time, and he will share all the knowledge that he has, and will be an amazing experience. So of course, and when it comes to the vehicle also, you will have your own vehicle as into the group, and like you said, apart from the train ride, you will have your own vehicle and the own local expert guide.
Yeah. Okay, I had another question about tipping. So we don't really come from a tipping culture here in Australia. So any guidance around that would be appreciated, or just, to give people a bit of an idea of what would be expected when we go to different places or that sort of thing.
Yes. So tipping is customary in Sri Lanka. Like we encourage people to tip, travelers to tip, because the wages are a bit lower, so they will be very happy. So, for an example, the bellboy who will be handling your luggages from the hotel to your vehicle, we would recommend to tip them from 500 rupees to let me tell you that in AUD, which will be easy. So 500 rupees will be 5 AUD, Australian dollars. 2 Australian dollars. So
Right.
the
Yep.
bellboy should be getting from 2 to 5 AUD of a tip. And then the restaurants also, when you go to a restaurant, you can tip the waiters around 5 to 8 AUD. And afterwards, for the guide, you can, of course, tip more than 20, 50, 15 to 20 AUD, more than that. That's the standard level. Apart from that, of course, you are welcome to not tip, and also tip even more than what I just said.
Yeah. So when you said for the guide, would that be for the local guide that is with us for the duration of the trip?
Yes.
And is that for the duration, or is that per day? What is
per day?
Per day.
Per day.
Yeah. And what about, do we have other tour guides that throughout, or we just have that one?
You just have that one. Apart from Pico Trail, has a different naturalist. So apart from that experience, all the other places you will have the same guide that will be that will be traveling with you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. I think that's helpful. Thank you. Okay, I'm just looking through my list here. There was a question about whether if there was an activity that somebody wanted to opt out of. There was someone that was a bit concerned or not so interested in the animals, so not necessarily fussed about going on the safari. And I said, that's fine. That, you know, if there's something that you don't want to do, you absolutely don't have to. But I think that you've actually answered all the questions. I'll just go back to...
Also, to add on that last point, Erin, we are very flexible with the itinerary. So if someone doesn't want to do, for an example, say Sigiriya Rock, they can do some other activity as well. So we can arrange that for them. So if they don't want to do that, if they have, if they saw something on the internet and they want to do that instead, we can arrange that as well. Not as a group, but the group itinerary is that. But if some individual want to go and like experience a different activity, of course, we can arrange that as well. Completely fine.
Yeah. And also with the, there is free time as, throughout the itinerary too. So if during that time, there might be a few people that want to go and do something else, those sort of things can be arranged. Okay, well, I will just pop back to this slide here about who this trip is for. And I think that if you've got this far in the webinar, you will understand whether this trip is for you or not. I think that it really does capture so many different aspects and so many different interests when it comes to travel. And so I would personally say that if you are up for doing something a little bit different or off the beaten track, and you're willing to try a bit of everything and have an interest in lots of different things, then I think this is an incredible experience, an incredible destination, an incredible itinerary. And I think the opportunity to go and have it hosted, but also have a local guide and local transport, everything sort of covered. You can literally just turn up and enjoy it. All the thinking and the processing and all of that decision making has been taken out of your hands, and you don't need to worry about that. So this trip really is for any woman over the age of 18 who is up for an epic adventure, willing to try new things and new food and meet people and do all these great things. Just a few things that are worth mentioning. I know we've talked about the tipping. I have opted for accommodations that is 3 to 4 stars rather than the luxury 5-star. But we will have air conditioning and in most cases a pool, and the accommodation will be twin share unless you would like your own room, and then we can make arrangements there, but there is a single supplement involved there. Most breakfasts, I think all breakfasts and all dinners are included, and lunches we will pay for as we go. We'll be given an opportunity, we'll be taken to places that we can stop and choose our own meal for lunch, which gives you a little bit of flexibility. Our local guide will speak English, so we won't have any communication issues. In fact, that is, having a local guide who speaks such good English is gold when you're traveling in countries where they don't, speak English as a first language. Because, if we have any issues or any troubles, then, we've got somebody who can help us out. We've talked about tipping, and, I'll outline a guide that you can have with you. And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Shermith, but we can probably tip as a group. So I could collect money from everybody and we could tip together that way.
At the end.
Rather than individually doing it. It might just be easier to do it that way. So we can talk about that closer to the time. Travel insurance is required to come along. So please, just keep that in mind. We do have a visa that we have to get that is at your own expense. And in terms of the actual trip,
So visa, our government made it free last 2 weeks ago. So so when you apply for visa, hopefully
Oh,
when it
wow.
comes
Okay.
to the arrival time date. They will still keep it. So, but the price is $60. But if they keep the free visa arrangement until the group departure, that
Yep.
could be amazing.
Oh,
So if that in that case, yes, in that case, of course, the visa will be free. You won't have to
yeah.
pay.
Okay. Well, that's a nice little bonus, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. So to secure a spot, it's a $500 deposit, and then we can set up any kind of payment plan. You just need to work that out with me. So we can set it up for fortnightly, monthly, whatever it might be. But the payment needs to be paid in full 6 weeks in advance. So that's just some boring, not so fun parts about about the trip. Yeah, so I think, Shermith, that is probably all we have. But a massive thank you to you, because I think you've just given so much of your time and your information, and you've certainly painted an incredible picture of what this trip is going to be like. And I'm really, really excited about getting over there and sharing it with everyone who comes along. So I'm really grateful for your time, and I'm looking forward to this trip. It's going to be
Yes.
fantastic.
I would say I'll see you guys in Sri Lanka.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be a great journey, and it has so many. Like someone would also ask, like, why there are like gaps in between, as in the itinerary.
yep,
We have had clients who wanted to have so many activities in the itinerary, and at the end of the itinerary, they would say like, we need another holiday to just
recover.
recover. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's why we have a easy pace in the
yep,
itinerary. But of course, like we discussed earlier as well, if you want to do other activities, we can arrange that as well. So this is a
yep,
great itinerary, and this is an amazing time to travel as well. I can almost guarantee that everyone will have a really, really, really great time. And
yep.
our the guide you will be getting will make sure that everyone has a good time as well. So
Yeah,
yes,
fantastic.
yes,
Awesome.
great. And
Yeah,
thank you very much, Erin, for arranging this as well with us, and trusting us with the group trip, and also partnering with us, and also for your time for this arranging this webinar as well. And
it's my pleasure.
we actually are very excited to welcome you all to Sri Lanka and show you this amazing country of ours.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, well,
Thank you. All right.
we'll keep in
See you.
touch. Thank
Yes.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.